Hey guys, I got asked a question by a new user on uklocksport.co.uk on how I would gut and repin a Euro cylinder. So rather than write it all out, I thought just to make a quick vid for him, and hopefully that's useful to others, and it's all self-explanatory from then on. There are different ways you can do it. I'll show you some of the options. Especially for a repinning tool. So we'll just get on. We'll try and get this done quickly. But if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to post on uklocksport.co.uk. You'll be very welcome there. So of course, first of all, what you need is your pick lock. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn that 180 degrees from the lock to unlock position, like so. So what we have now is the key pins are now up here, and the driver pins are just sitting flush of the shear line here. So what you're going to need now, well, this is what I use, but I'll show you some different options, is a piece of windscreen wiper insert, and it's bent in such a way. Actually, in fact, if you have a cylinder, it's very easy to bend, because you can just pop one end in, bend it around this edge, and then bend it around that edge. Finish the bends off with a pair of pliers. Then you just want to bevel this edge here, yeah, this inside edge. You just want to bevel that, so, but you'll see why in a moment. There are other options. Well, first I'll show you what it does, because what you're going to do is insert it into this gap that's presented by the plug and slide it in order to retain all the driver pins into the housing for when you remove the plug. There are other options for this. One I've seen and I've never made myself, but this is one thing. You just use thin fencing wire, and you can just bend it so it's doubled, and then doubled, and then doubled, and then what happens is that this middle one goes down into the gap of here, and these two outer ones, that one and that one, they go either side of this, on the outside of the Euro cylinder here, trapping it. So that's one option if you don't have any windscreen wiper insert. The other is like a L-shaped piece of metal, and again, this is just two slits cut in it with a grinder, and again this middle bit would go into this gap, and the two outer ones would ride on either side of the Euro cylinder there. So same thing. I've used this and I've been fine with it. So the other thing you need is a clip just to secure it. Next thing you need to do is remove the soft metal clip from. What you'll find is that on either side of the cam here is a soft metal clip here. So on the side you're working on, you need to remove that soft metal clip there. They deform easily, so you can just prise it out with a flat head screwdriver, or you can use a sear clip remover like this one. Yeah. So what you need to do is just find the gap in the soft metal clip, and then just prise it off. Fingers. So there's your clip, like that. Now the plug is free because you've got all the driver pins trapped down in here, you've got all the key pins are up here, and there's nothing securing it to the cam. So you just take like a pick or a pair of pliers or whatever you want and just give it a pull. Make sure this stays in place, and then just pull it out so you can see all the key pins are secure down in the housing. Now if maybe you have a key or you don't have a key, I do have a key somewhere. So now you can rekey it to a key. If you have a key that's the same profile, the same keyway, you can, and you have some spare key pins, you can actually repin it to suit the key, as long as all the key pins are flush with the shear line. That works. Yeah, I mean, if they're slightly too high or slightly too low, as you see here, then of course, then it's not. If it's too low, the driver pin is sitting inside the plug on the under the spring tension, and the plug won't turn. And if it's too high, the key pin is sitting inside the housing, and of course the plug won't turn. So just like that. So we can take this out. Now we could take the driver pins out one by one, but just for speed's sake I'm just going to take them all out in one hit. And we're going to tip them out. So try and get that in focus for you. See the pin stacks. So here you can see I've got 5 driver pins. There's no spools. One of the springs came out, but that's not a problem. Just take the spring, find out which one it is. It's number 2, and just pop that back in its rightful place. Yeah, so to repin your Euro cylinder, this is why this edge needs to be a lot longer, because you want this tip to sit just before pin stack 1. Yeah, so you're just going to put it like so. Yeah, you can see that, yeah. So you take, and now this is a very important tool. This is your pinning tweezers. You can try all you want with just regular tweezers, but what you find is trying to handle a round, hard pin with regular tweezers, it'll slip out all the time, it'll go everywhere, it'll be a right pain in the ass. So I highly recommend that you invest in a pair of pinning tweezers that are formed with these formed in a way that holds pins. So what you want to do is just take the driver pin, take the top half of it like so. Now you want to sit it on top of the spring and just press down on the spring. Yeah, and now just press this clip in a bit so it just traps it. Yeah, and you can let go. Now you can take the tweezers and just press down like that, and then just slide the clip in a little way just to cover that so it's in place. Take the second one and then just follow the same method. Press it down on the spring, trap it. Oh, trapped enough. Trapped enough, so take it by the top press it on the spring, trap it like that, and then just press down. So you just proceed in the same way with the other 3 driver pins, and I'll come back to you once I've done that. So just to hurry things up a bit for you. Okay, so that's all. Those 5 are all done. As you can see now, the clip is back in its original position when we took out the plug. It's keeping the 5 driver pins inside the housing, and so what did happen when I was messing around is that the key pins came out of the plug, but you know that's easy enough to deal with. Just you want to take the key pins and you want the rounded end down. Now what you need to do is just make sure that the key's in place, the key's fully inserted. Now wherever it fits flush, that's good, that's flush with the shear line. Let's try rounded edge down, that's too low. It's too high, that's flush. Flush, bingo. That's too high, so that must be 4. So that sits flush. And the last one should be number 2. So like that. So they're all sitting flush with the shear line. So now you want to take out the key. So now you have this plug fully loaded, the driver's fully loaded, and then follow the gap that we had earlier here on the plug. So it sits against the clip doodad and insert like that. Now what you'll see is that it won't fully insert. It's because the cam is not married with the end of the plug, so you just want to press and then just wiggle this. So now it's fully in and it's married with the cam. And take the sear clip, you can give it a good press with your fingers, and you can just take a pair of pliers. Again, you can get special pliers for this that really fit into the gap that's in between the cam and the housing. Well, now that's in place. Now you can remove this and remove this. So now just put this in here just to press down the driver pins, so you can turn the plug and put it round into the lock position. Test the key, and you have a fully working repinned Eurocylinder. So that's all I can think of. I hope I've covered everything. I tried to make it as quick as possible. Tools that you're going to need is this little thing, windscreen wiper insert that we're all using for tension tools, just bent, simple little thing. Or you can buy a professional pinning shoe, or you can use one of the other methods I mentioned. And then you have a pair of very important pinning tweezers. You can, for removing the sear clip, you can use a sear clip remover, or you can just use a thin flat-headed screwdriver, and a pair of pliers, and a pick lock, and away you go laughing. So that's it I can think of, really. Take care.